Ladies and gentlemen, quick intro before we jump in today's video, because you might notice that there is something very, very different today, which is the language. Over the last year, Perspective has grown quite significantly internationally, and we have asked ourselves the question, how can we make sure that we can help all these new people coming into the software, all these new people learning about funnels, learning how to use funnels for their business or their clients, how can we make sure that they get to learn from our content as well? And the obvious answer is to start producing content in English, which we'll continue to do from now on. But as I'm super aware of the fact that many of you have watched and loved our German content, I would really appreciate some feedback. So if you have any thoughts about this, feel free to drop a comment down below. And with that being said, let's enjoy this breakdown of the viral funnel that resulted in over $21,000 of sales within its first day. Enjoy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this video breaking down a viral funnel strategy for ad agencies that resulted in over $21,000 of sales, all while spending $0 on ads and launching within a day. Now, this process can be replicated for any industry and is particularly powerful for ad agencies, as I said, and their customers. So in this video, I'll walk you through the exact process that generated us B2B customers for free using LinkedIn and Perspective. Now, LinkedIn is still a super underpriced channel where you can reach a super high quality audience with very little effort, which is why we used it in this case. And I would also recommend for you to focus on that. So one example here, as you can see, this is a post that accumulated roughly 70,000 impressions and accumulated roughly 350 leads. By now, I think even a little bit more than that. And funny enough, we've did this multiple times, right? So this was the most successful example, and we'll be continuing to do that, which is what you can also see in this video, because this video is exactly that, right? This will be the exact strategy that I'm showing you right here. And so the second time we did it, it generated roughly 23,000 impressions. The third time we did it, it generated roughly 24,000 impressions. So you can see you can do this over and over again. And if you stick through this video, then I'll show you the exact strategy of how you can make sure that if you build this funnel once, then it can get you clients consistently, even without you having to repeat this process over and over again. All right, so what is step one? First, we want to build out a video sales letter that focuses on education. And the example of this case right here is the webinar funnel that resulted in over $1.3 million of sales. So what we want to do is we want to take one specific case or one specific result that we generated for our clients, for ourselves, something like that. And we want to make sure that we break this down into a video that shows exactly how we did it. And in the end, the logical solution of that video sales letter or of that process that you've shown is to use your product or is to book your service. And the exact funnel that we used is a simplified version of the funnel that I would recommend you to use, because it's basically just a very simple opt-in right here, right? So we have a GIF just depicting a small part of the video, and then we say the copy and paste webinar funnel that resulted in over $1.3 million of B2B sales. We ask for the first name, we ask for the email address, and then we say, hey, unlock 100% free. And then we lead these people to the exact video sales letter that I was talking about. So in this video sales letter, it's not magic, right? There's no specific script. There's nothing that I'm really following. I'm just trying to provide as much value as possible in this video, actually breaking down how we did or how we achieved the result that I'm claiming that I achieved. And so the reason this works is because A, you're giving your customer all the info, and so you're building reciprocity. And at the end, you can take that process, take that tactic and say, hey, the way you can apply this is to work with us. The way you can apply this is to use our product, right? And I'll walk you through how to exactly do that in a second. But this is step one. So you want to build out this video sales letter. And then at the end of the video, as I already said, you want to pitch your service or offer. And then you put that video into a Perspective funnel, which is the funnel that I just showed you. But I would recommend you to use the case study template that we have in our funnel store. And so basically what the case study funnel template allows you to do is it allows you to lead them through the pre-qualifying quiz and to then book a call. And of course, if you are running an agency, you only want to take on customers that are actually high quality, right? You only want to work with the customers that have the budget, you know how to work with, where you know how to get results basically. And this is why I would recommend for you to basically take the exact structure that I just shared with you in the $1.3 million example. But after the VSL, lead them through a pre-qualifying quiz before you lead them to book a call. And so the funnel template that I'm referencing here is basically this one. And if you want to check that out, the link is in the video description as well as later in the documents. But basically, as you can see, it's the same structure that we used for our campaign. And you just show the video, show a thumbnail of the video, have a really cool headline that depicts one specific result. Then you ask for the opt-in, and then you lead to the video sales letter, right? And in the video sales letter, you, as I said, try to focus as much as possible on education. And then afterwards, draw the conclusion that the best thing that they can do now if they want to achieve similar results is to work with you or to get your product. And so basically what happens is if people click on this button, they're led through this quiz, right? asking a bunch of questions about their business, pre-qualifying them basically. And then if they're qualified, they're led to this appointment or this opt-in page where they can either book a call directly with you in Calendly, or if they are not qualified, you can send them somewhere else. For example, some further free resources or anything like that. But you don't want to waste your sales team's time on leads that are not qualified. And so this is basically the exact approach that I would use. Then of course you need to note that not all people will convert here. So people will watch your video sales letter and not all of them will go ahead and book a call, but there's a way to recover them. See step 3, and I'll get to that in a second. And fun fact, the exact video that you're watching right now will most likely be turned into a VSL with this exact strategy. All right, so once you have built out your VSL, what you want to do is you want to write up a LinkedIn post, and you should really follow this simple structure that has worked for us over and over again. And we basically reuse the structure for every viral funnel that we're putting out there. So you want to spin up the LinkedIn post and you want to have it broken down like this. So first of all, we need a hook, right? That's marked in red right here. And in this case, I wrote, hey, here's the exact webinar funnel that generated over $1.3 million of B2B sales for you to copy and paste. So we want to have a hook that basically depicts the result, of course. We ideally want to use numbers to just be very, very specific, and numbers also drive engagement usually, especially on LinkedIn. And then we want to lead into a story. So basically the story that then depicts the problem statements that your audience has, right? Or the problems in general. So in this case, I just described the process it took us to find a funnel like this or to create a funnel like this. So I wrote, over the past 4 years, we've built countless of funnels with Perspective, but very few crushed like this one. And it took us months to figure this out, but we would have gotten there in half the time someone laid it out for us, which is what I'm going to do today. So basically telling a little bit of a story, drive the people into the story, and then say, hey, like the result that we achieved was achieved basically because we had this following information. And so then we want to try to be as tangible as possible, try to describe the assets that we're going to give away as tangibly as possible. And so basically I just wrote, hey, this contains the Perspective funnel template we use to copy and paste, a step-by-step breakdown of the funnel video and FigJam, and 13 crucial learnings we made the hard way. And then I just say, hey, if you want them, like this post, send a connection request and comment webinar, and I'll send it to you. And this is the simple structure that we're reusing over and over again for every case study funnel, viral case study funnel that we launch. And then you can use a software like HeyReach, for example, to automate the process of sending comments or sending commenters the funnel through DM, but you can also do that manually. It really doesn't take that much time, unless of course you get thousands and thousands of comments, but this is just a quick hint. Now, after we've done our LinkedIn post, we can also set up automated outreach, and this is basically how we can recover people that are not converting on our VSL. So once a lead comes through, we want it to be pre-qualified, as I already said. So either through the questions asked in the Perspective funnel, which is the ideal case, or through an automation in Clay, for example, for the follow-up. And so qualified leads can then be sent to an automation to instantly, for example, other email tools, so you can send them cold emails and follow up with them. Here's an example automation. So basically, when a new lead comes in through Perspective, we want to create a new record in Clay. Then we want to wait for a couple minutes, and then we can basically see within that record in Clay, is that person qualified? Is that company in our ICP or not? And then we can split the paths and either add them to a campaign, for example, and instantly, or not do anything depending on if they're qualified or not. But the alternative that we have here is to move the quiz before the opt-in and completely skip the automation with Clay. This, of course, then saves time and also ideally money. And we can basically know before people are opting in if they are qualified or not. So basically what we could do here is, if we just take this template, is basically take the landing page and remove the opt-in option here and just take the questions for the next couple of pages before we even show the VSL. Then what that does is, you have more data around your traffic, around the people that are running through your funnel. And then you can also say, depending on the questions, you want to show them the option to even book a call or don't book a call. So then show them the VSL just for their educational purposes, or of course then call them to action to book a call with you if they're qualified. That's a really handy way, and that's already integrated into a Perspective funnel, which helps us, as I said, like keep the quality of people that we're bringing into our product, into our service as high as possible to keep the headaches low. All right, and so once that's done, there is a bonus step, which is thought leadership ads. I know that I said originally, hey, we don't need to spend any money on this to generate any customers, and that is still true because you can get all of these leads, all of these customers for free through LinkedIn Organic. But basically what we then do is we replace the commented like and connect call to action with the funnel link, just within the exact LinkedIn post here basically, and then we run these ads as thought leadership ads on LinkedIn and collect leads and sales through that. So one note here, LinkedIn still has the best targeting when it comes to B2B because you can target based on firmographics. So that means you can say things like, hey, I want to reach people that are in that specific industry with that type of revenue and that company size. Once we know the funnel converts, we can run it on all paid social channels, of course, with conversion campaigns. So thought leadership ads are not the only option, but when it comes to B2B, as I said, it still has the best targeting options. And if you want to learn how we make funnels like this crush on meta ads so it can bring in new clients consistently, then you can check out this video. It's also linked in the upper right corner. So basically with this, then once we have a validated funnel, we know that it resonates because those people commented to get access to the funnel, then we can, of course, as it's validated, also run it as an ad and almost know at 100% certainty that this will crush for us in the long term. All right, now the question is, why does this work so well and how can you implement it for yourself? So reason number one is you can validate funnels before spending money on ads, as I already said, right? Usually you would go ahead and build out multiple funnels, then run some traffic, hundreds of dollars to them to see if they even convert or not. And with this, you know before you spend money on ads that a funnel converts. Reason two is these funnels have the best in class conversion rate because, as I said, A, they are personalized, B, they're super interactive and engaging with the quiz, and C, they have the best tech, so fast loading, meaning that when I click on the link of the funnel, basically it shows the funnel within a second. And then reason number three, your ads will look like real content with real engagement, so more people will be interested in actually converting on that. And honestly, this is the easiest and cheapest acquisition method for agencies out there as of right now. And if you want to give this strategy a try, I prepared the exact funnel template for you to copy and paste here and below the video. And it's this one that I showed you a bunch of times and ran through in this example. All right, with that being said, you can try Perspective, the funnel builder that we use in this example, free for 14 days anytime, just by clicking the link below the video. And that's all from my side today. Thanks so much for watching, and I'm wishing you a great rest of your day. Cheers.